Hi guys, my name is Roger, and ever since I was a teenager, I've always wanted to build my own car. I started this channel to see if an average person, like me, can design and build their own mid-engine car. If you like what you see here in my videos, please click the like button and subscribe to the channel. If you know someone who you think might be interested in my videos, please share the videos with them. I'll be adding a new video every week, and with that out of the way, let's get started with this week's video. let's take a look at some of the things that I've been working on here. The ECU came in. I've mounted it here on the firewall with the same type mounts I've used to mount everything else, the aluminum blocks that are glued and sandwiched in the firewall, which makes it a very strong mount. I've started running some wiring, but I haven't got very far on that. I need to drill and insert some rivet nuts in some places to fasten this wiring to and hold everything in the correct positions. I made muffler mounts and put them on. I tried to weld one of these mufflers, and this material is just not welding for me. I don't know, it's a different stainless, and I've probably cut this muffler back too short for the clamp to work, so I may have to buy a new muffler. But this side worked great. I've clamped the muffler on here with a clamp. I've made this mounting bracket with a 4130 steel strap, and it is very strong. I can flex it just a little if I put a lot of force on it, but I think that should hold it in a good location. I like the way this looks, and this gives me plenty of room in between the mufflers here for a little bit of a trunk area. I don't know how big. It's probably not going to be very big, but you could probably get one small suitcase or two little carry-on backpacks or something in there if you needed to travel. I also made this mount here for the transmission cooler. It'll bolt to this here in this location, and I'm going to try to pull air through over here on the side where the air comes in for the intake on the turbo, the cold air, and it'll funnel through just behind the wheel well and exit here through this oil cooler. And then both the lines will plumb and run over to these two fittings here, which should be simple plumbing, real short lines. And I have worked out how I'm going to do these vent lines. I've already started plumbing some of them and running some T's. This will go on top of here. I have some 8L clamps I'm going to use to mount to hold this across here all the way in position so it can't move. That's the thing we're going to do next, I believe, is I'm going to go ahead and locate the fasteners for these 8L clamps and drill the holes and screw this all together until I get it up here where I'm happy with it. I'm waiting on one fitting to come in to attach this one here to the tank vent. That's part of it. And once that is done, the next thing I need to do is I need to pull this transaxle back out of the car, crate it up, get it ready to ship. I'm ready to send it back to the company to have it re-geared so it works correctly with this car. I know I've mentioned before, but some of you may have not seen the video or heard. The reason we're re-gearing this transaxle is it is made to fit behind a Lamborghini engine. This transaxle came out in the Lamborghini Gallardos and the Audi R8s, both which had Lamborghini engines. That engine redlines at about 9,000 or 9,500 RPMs, and this Chevrolet LS engine will redline at about 6,500 to 7,000. So the transaxle has to be re-geared so the RPMs work out correctly, and where it has good pickup on bottom end and still gets good gas mileage. So I'll remove this transaxle and get it crated up. We'll send it off early next week. And then I need to remove the engine. I have a couple of modifications I need to do to the engine that I just didn't know about originally. I had one oil return drilled and tapped, a fitting into the oil pan. I was going to run both turbos to that one fitting, but I found out I need a fitting on both sides. That one is just not large enough for two turbos. So I'll drill and tap another fitting in the oil pan. I need to most likely drill and tap a fitting in the water pump for the steam vent return, but I'm not 100% positive about that yet. But there are one or two other little things I need to do to this engine while it's out. So we'll be pulling the transaxle and the engine, and I guess let's get started with the tank vents here on the firewall with these 8L clamps, and then we'll start pulling the transaxle and engine out of the car. Let's get started on those things. Well, I finished this vent line here that runs across. You can see I fastened it with several 8L clamps across here. It holds the hose in place, keeps it away from things like the belt and pulley here in this corner, and everything is secure. And I like that. It looks nice. The actual tub of the car will come up just in front of the gas tank and then across and attach in these holes, so all that has plenty of room. It'll be hidden and looks very secure to me. We also removed the transaxle out of the car. Got some pieces laying around various places here, lots of pieces, but the transaxle was out of the car. And here's the transaxle in the shipping crate that it came in originally. I saved it, so it is boxed up and ready to go back out. Just waiting on the courier to call me and tell me an exact date that they're going to pick up. But I guess that's going to be about it for this week. And join us again next week, where we'll be removing the motor, making the modifications we need to do to the motor to make it ready to put back in the car. And we're working on everything that it takes to get this engine running. Hopefully we'll have it running here in the next, I don't know, maybe 4 weeks or so, give or take. But see you guys again in 1 week.